Hello and welcome back to the Pasta Podcast, where we talk about nothing but pasta. Today we will not be talking about pasta. Today we will be talking about desserts. I'm Gigi. This is
Olivia.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm a little sleepy, but I'm excited to talk
Sleepy?
about sweets. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, today's episode is it might be a little shorter than usual. Uh, it's more of an open-ended episode. We're very versatile here at the Pasta Podcast. We'll talk about anything. And desserts are like that. They're very versatile. They can be sweet or tart, sour, savory. There's a lot of things that desserts can be, and we're going to be talking about some of them today. So, have you compiled a list?
Yeah, my brain.
You do in your brain.
Um, I make sure that at all times, I actually do this a lot. I go over my list of my favorite desserts in my head. So if I go to a restaurant, I know exactly what to order. That way, because I don't like to waste time. I like them to give me, like when they say, okay, do you guys want dessert? And you're like, yeah. And then they give you the menu. I want to be able to look at it, have my brain circle one that it recognizes and be like, I'll get the chocolate mousse. Like, I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, should I get the gelato or should I get the creme brulee? Like, no, I'm just going to be like, I'll get that. And then I hand it back to them. No wasted time. No wasted time.
Yeah. See, I'm a little different in the aspect that I like every dessert. So even though I know that I like these list of desserts, there'll be like one or two on the menu that I don't like, which means that all of the rest of them I'm like, should I get this or this or this or this? And it becomes like a mental breakdown that I have, and I always end up getting like a warm brownie with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on it or
You can
something.
never lose. That you can never lose with that though.
You can never lose. Um, something related to this that I have on my list is the only reason that I think both of us go to BJ's, the restaurant is
And
they
that's on the
have Pazookies there. Yeah, they have Pazookies there.
oh,
And if you've never experienced a Pazookie before, let me
you got
let me
one.
paint you a word picture. It's it's a pizza that is entirely cookie dough, and the cookie dough is a little bit undercooked, which means it's nice and chewy. And then on top, there's
Wait, can
just
I
a
just
mount.
pause you for a second? Did you just
Yes,
say that the cookie dough was a little bit undercooked? Like
they
cookie
do
dough
undercook
is?
it. No, like the dough that they use for the cookie, they
You mean
undercook the
like
cookie.
the cookie is warm, but like it's mushy. Like it's not cookie dough. Like it's mushy. Like it's just like a
Yeah,
mushy, warm cookie. It's not cold at all.
yeah. Sorry, I was
Continue.
just thinking about cookie dough ice cream, so it's probably why I said cookie dough instead of the cookie. But they underbake the cookie a little bit, and then they put a giant mound of like vanilla ice cream. Anyways, Pazookies are good. They're the only reason I ever go to that restaurant. It's not like their food is really subpar, but the Pazookies, and also they got a revolving door, and that's a bonus for me. So at least someone
I've
that
had
works here.
I've gone into anaphylactic shock more than one time at that restaurant, and that says a lot about what I should and should not order. Like,
It
I don't
wasn't
pay.
caused by the Pazookies, right?
I don't think so, and that's my problem. Is that I don't remember. I always have situations where I'm like, "Am I allergic to that?" No, it's fine, and then I eat it, and it's not, in fact, fine. My mom just informed me that a thing of cashews I've been eating for years are roasted in peanut oil, and I've been fine. And so my mom was like, "Are you just lying about being allergic?" And I was like, "Man,
Don't
but
let your dad know. Don't let your dad know. He already thinks it.
if I was, man, I'd milk that so hard." Which I do.
Yeah. Remember at our Catholic school when you used to be like, "Well, I'm allergic to peanuts, so I can't eat this." And like You'd kind of announce it to
I
everybody.
couldn't. When
I
you
mean,
bring in
you
a
couldn't.
drumstick, it's got peanuts on it. No, I can't eat it.
That
And
was
that was
so
not
wrong.
the only
No,
time that happened.
I was talking about the times when you told like students that, but in this specific moment that Olivia's talking about, you wanna tell the story, Olivia.
Well, it's not really a story. It's more just like my teachers being idiotic because it happened twice in the same year. My teachers, who, by the way, schools are very, very strict with peanuts, especially because somebody at that, like a teacher at that school, had like, was like deathly allergic to peanuts. I'm not, luckily. I'm just like, I'll go into anaphylactic shock and then I'll be fine. It's just really painful, but that's besides the point. Um, but like, I like couldn't eat them. Like it was very obvious I couldn't eat them, and I had let people know. I was in sixth grade. I'd been letting people know for 6, 7 years that I could not eat peanuts. And then my teacher is like, "Here, guys, I brought some drumsticks for the class since you guys did so good on assignment number 5 or whatever." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I am allergic to those. I can't eat those." And he's like, "Oh, I'll bring you something else." That was a lie. I did not. And
Yeah.
that happened again, but with a different teacher. It was the same year though, and it was like the end of the year or something. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like I warned you, and then I left the school, not for that
Yeah.
reason, but
The
it
real reason you left.
could have been. Anyways,
Yeah.
shall we? Shall
Well,
we? I'm glad you brought up Pazookies because man, those are good.
yeah.
They also, I think you failed to mention that they have like this little like whipped cream slash ice cream type of thing on top, and sometimes they put Oreos in it, and it is like fantastic. Like it's like cookies and cream whipped cream. It is so good,
Yeah.
but it's like
I
I think it's
I haven't
ice
had
cream.
one in a while. You wanna go to BJ's um and just order Pazookie and then leave. We'll be like, we'll take a Pazookie to go, and they'll be like, well, it comes in a dish, so we can't really do that. And we're gonna be
No,
like,
you
no,
totally
you can
can.
do it.
I've gotten one to go because
Do
one
they come in
time,
like pie tins?
yeah, they do. No,
Oh my
we
god.
during COVID we had ordered BJ's so much. Ordered the restaurant BJ's. I will not be taken out of context. We ordered the restaurant
Exactly.
BJ's out of um like during COVID like a lot. And my mom like was on their website, so she got rewards from their website or like no their app. And eventually she got so many that they just gave us a free Pizookie. Like we didn't even order it; they just gave it to us, and we were like, yeah, and yeah, they put it in like a little pie tin, and like they put like it was just like you know when like you go to a Mexican restaurant and you order tacos and they put it in a plate and put tinfoil on top of the plate, like an
Yeah.
authentic Mexican restaurant. That's kind of what they did, but it was a little bit more tinfoil included.
That that sounds great. I'm gonna have to get on their reward system, obviously.
Have we spent the past 10 minutes talking about BJ's Pazookies?
Yes.
Maybe we should
And
move on to
and what about it? And what about it? Um I I put this on my list because I think we need to address the controversy that is Brookies. Now Brookies are brownies and cookies that are like it's half and half. And some people, and I'm not going to say who, but I'm thinking of a very specific person, calls them crownies, and that is wrong. That is wrong. That is illegal, and you will go to jail for it.
Brookies.
They're brookies. They're brookies. Everybody calls them brookies. Also, the
This
brownie
is
part is on top.
this is off the record here. Hey, you might just want to take it out of the recording, but my the first thing that came into my head, my grandparents in Oregon live in a town called Brookings.
That's crazy.
And I was just like, oh, Brookings.
Yeah. Wouldn't it
Anywho,
be funny if they called them crownies? They're like no relation. I don't want a relation. Anyways, how do you feel about brookies?
Brookies are nice. They're good with a side of vanilla ice cream
Ooh, yeah.
and warmed up.
No,
Hmm.
I love the feeling of getting like warm cookies or brownies out of the oven. The only problem with that is that they were just cooked, so they're not great. No, I think that brookies are really good. I like making brookies. Um, the only thing about cookies, in general, is that you have to like they're really good out of the oven, but they're like the cookies are chewy, and then the brownie is like melty and stuff. And it's not like the best feeling, but it's a good feeling. But
Okay,
having it warmed up in like a microwave is good.
well, we got to settle this debate. Do you like cold? Do you like mushy cookies or hard cookies? And number two, do you like corner brownies or middle brownies?
Okay, so I have two things about both of those. One is, do you mean to say hard cookies, or do you mean to say like crispy cookies?
I don't. Yeah, I mean like crispy cookies.
Okay, so I like both, but I have a very specific preference for like chewy cookies because they're just generally more fun. I don't know why. I like big chewy cookies that are a little underbaked. I like them like that. And as for brownies, I like the corner so much that for my mom's birthday, she told me not to get her anything, but I bought her two pans because they only came in like really, like, there was only like 12 in a pan, so I bought two pans of all corner brownies. So they're like individual, so that we don't have to fight over them as a family. So we're a corner brownie family.
Well, that's why you and me go well together because I like middle brownies. So I will take all the insides, you take all the outsides. It sounds like
Wait,
we're cannibals.
you're like, I like the insides, you like the skin. Let's meet up in the middle. We should be roommates.
Okay, any choc I'm just gonna switch it up here. Any chocolate variants of anything is good, but specifically, my favorite variant of chocolate is chocolate mousse. Now, I would like to balance this because I am kind of I'm an international gal. I've been a lot of places and I know a lot of I'm very well versed in the world. I've been to France once. And it was great. I was 10 years old, but still I went there. I did go there. And I don't remember much, but I remember three things very vividly. I remember the whole trip, but I remember three things the most vividly. No, the Mona Lisa, the Eiffel Tower, and this chocolate mousse we got at a grocery store a couple blocks down that was so good it could top any chocolate mousses in America at any time.
I was very prepared for you to say that, but I wasn't expecting you to say that you got it in like a store. I
It
thought you were
was
gonna
at
be
a
like,
grocery
we went to
store.
this restaurant by the Louvre and it was so fancy.
No, it was a grocery store, and I swear it was the best chocolate mousse I've ever had, and it was at a grocery store in France. Most of the chocolate mousses I have in America at fancy restaurants that are very expensive do not even compete with that one,
That's crazy.
and I still
Damn,
stand by
that's
that.
crazy.
Hmm.
The way that you've described it sounds very good.
It was like
Makes me wonder how good it is at like a fancy restaurant in France.
it also begs the I know, right? It also begs the question: was that just my childhood memory being like I'm in France and this is delicious? Or was it genuinely good? That's what I'm
Time to
wondering.
go back. Time to go back.
Time
And
to
then
go
we
back.
find that one. They're
And
like, "What did you go to France for?" And then you're like, "Oh, I went to go to the grocery store." What? Excuse me? You want to run that by me again?
um, but yeah, it was like this. It was in like little pudding cups, and it had like you would open it, and it was like airy, and it had bubbles in it. And I just remember seeing like you would, you know how like I don't know if you remember the last time you had chocolate mousse, but you know how like when you put your spoon in it, all the bubbles disappear as soon as you put your spoon in it?
Yeah.
Not the case with this. It stayed bubbly. It stayed bubbly. And it was remarkable. And I just remember it being like so like not like thick or anything. Like no, I mean like the flavor, like it was thick, yeah. But it was so good. And I wish I could, for all our French viewers and listeners. Um I don't remember what store it was called. Probably something in French, most likely. Um
That
but
would be the most likely contender, I think.
yeah, but man, that is like my favorite chocolate mousse I've ever had, and I still stand by that to this day.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that the last time I had chocolate mousse, it was from Costco. I actually thought that it was really good. My mom kept the cups because they came in like like little like plastic cups that looked like glass, and they're about this big. Um,
Was
they're
it the
glass size.
We
The Wii?
we no OUI we
I don't know. Maybe.
because they come in little glass cups. Um,
Yeah. Well, it came in like six
a,
little pack of six. Had little like paper
like a
covering the
six.
top.
Yummy.
Yeah, six pack. This didn't give me a six pack, but it was a six pack, and it was really good. Like, would eat again, but I don't think it was the best one I've ever had. I haven't eaten mousse all that often to know. I am
Yeah.
more of an ice cream girl.
No, that's valid. I'm biased because like ever since I had that chocolate mousse in France, I've been trying to find something that equals that here. And I've yet to find it, but I do still love chocolate mousse because there might be a nostalgia factor to it because like it reminds me of France or something. But I love chocolate. I love soft desserts like ice cream, and I think that's a perfect segue.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite? What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Do you think
Cookies and cream, no doubt.
cookies and cream? I love cookies and cream too, but I don't think I can pick like one favorite. I have three favorites: cookies and cream, cookie dough ice cream, and mint chocolate chip. Those are the holy trinity of ice creams. If we're talking about brands, I have two specific Ben and Jerry's ice creams that I eat. But if we're talking in general, those are the holy trinity of ice creams. They're the
Yeah.
best.
Um, I I feel like strawberry is an underrated flavor. Like it's really good because it's got the chunks in it. Um, but no, those are. What did you say? The second one, cookie dough. That's right. Um,
Yeah,
I really like cookie dough. I think that you need to go to the right places for it to be really good, though. Like Foster's Freeze has
Baskin
good cookie
Robbins.
dough. Yeah, Baskin Robbins does too. But like you go to a one-off place and it's just not very good.
Yeah. There's a specific art to making cookie dough ice cream, and some places just can't do it. But also the thing is that I think a lot of the I think a lot of the places I used to go as a kid, like I would go to like Cold Stone and you would be able to get those mix-ins, and I don't know if everybody did this when they were a kid, but when you were a kid and your mom let you get mix-ins, you put as many of them as you could in there, despite knowing what the ice cream flavor you chose was. So it'd be a mess. I would be like bubblegum ice cream because it's a fun color, and I don't like bubblegum ice cream. And then I'd be like, chopped Oreos and cookie dough bites and those gummies that I don't like and a bunch of sprinkles that are not going to make it taste any better. It's just going to look cool. Um, I don't know. I don't know about you. I'm a little bit of a sprinkles hater. I don't think that they enhance flavor very much, but they're cool. So,
I
um,
don't like
but
sprinkles.
anyways, if I get Cold Stone at if I ever go to Cold Stone and I get cookie dough ice cream, I'm adding mix-ins, and then I'm going to complain about tasting awful because I still have that. All of this is going to taste good together, kind of level of delusional. So I'm a very delusional person. I don't know.
Um, yeah, we've established that. I don't. As a child, I was never brought to Cold Stone. Um, Number one because it was like super unhealthy with all those toppings. And number two because my mom didn't like it. And I mean, it's kind of stayed that way throughout my life. Like I've just never gone back to Cold Stone because I like Baskin Robbins. They're good. I would rather just go there. Um, there used to be in Disneyland. There used to be a Haagen Dazs ice cream place in downtown Disney. And so when I was a little kid, I and this is a weird thing because it's downtown Disney, but I always remember like after a long night in the park, my dad would bring me and my brother to the Haagen Dazs in Disneyland, and man, they had really good like cookies and cream, like really good. And it's not there anymore. It's been replaced with like a Salt and Spoon or something or whatever. But that also leads me to say the Gibson Grill Parlor in Disneyland on Main Street is probably the best ice cream I think I've ever had. Um, and that's just pale in comparison because there is so many like there's not that many different flavors, but they're like really good. Like the ones that they have are really good. Like they're so well done.
Do they have like normal flavors or do they have like specific flavors?
It's just like your ordinary run of the mill like vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, cookies and cream, cookie dough, I want to say. I think they have Rocky Road. And what's also really cool is that since like I think that all of Disneyland's like sponsored by Coke. So like they don't sell Pepsi or any other like brand there. They only sell Coke products. So they have on tap they have like uh Coke, Bargs, and Fanta, I think. And like at that store, and you can turn any of those sodas into a float. Like you can
That's
get a Coke
crazy.
float, a root beer float, or a Fanta float, and it is like change. Like I had a Coke float a while ago, and it was life changing.
I wonder how the Fanta float would taste if you had strawberry ice cream.
Probably
That would
good.
be, yeah, that would, I feel like that would be specific to what your flavor
That's actually
profile
so
is.
confusing. I don't know
Because
what that
part of me is
is.
like, that would be, that part of me is like, that would taste awful. And then the other part of me would be like, no, but
But
that
what?
would be like so good because it would be similar flavors and they would be working together. Whatever. The foodie in me wants to say
Ratatouille.
that that would be good. But the
Ratatouille.
strawberry and general fruit hater in me, fruit flavored hater in me wants to say that it would be disgusting.
Can
Um,
we talk about that for a minute? Like fruit flavored desserts and how like they're kind of useless.
yeah, because like if you're making fruit a dessert, just have the fruit.
Yeah, that's
Like
my
I
thoughts too.
like I get it sometimes. Like sometimes we have like fruit parfaits as like a little dessert in my house where we put like fruit and then Cool Whip and then like granola and stuff. And it's like, I mean, it's just yogurt. It's just that instead of, I mean, it's just like a parfait. Instead of using yogurt, we use Cool Whip. But it's still good. It's just
Yeah,
if we had the option of making that and making like a pie, I would choose the pie, even if it's a fruit pie. I
yeah.
think pies are actually one of the only things that I eat that have fruit in them that I'm not like, I hate that, you know?
I
because
agree.
it
I think
works.
one of my favorite desserts that is actually, I don't know if it's a very, it's pretty popular, but like it's not done enough and it's not done right enough is strawberry shortcake. Um, when I was, and again, it might be because I was younger and like things were more colorful to me and like magical, whatever. But when I was younger, I had like a strawberry shortcake at somebody's house, and I remember it was like fantastic. Like I just remember it being so good. And ever since then, I've been like looking for strawberry shortcakes in places that just aren't, they're just not great. And it's kind of disappointing.
So, yeah, um, I think strawberry shortcake is good. It's just like certain places don't make it super good. But
Yeah.
like if you make it at home, it's not disappointing. But when you buy it in the store, it's always disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Um,
And nobody ever makes strawberry shortcake at home because it seems like it would be difficult, but you just make white box cake mix and then you put whipped cream on it and then you put strawberries on it. It's not that hard.
not
But
even
everybody
that.
thinks it's hard because they make it look fancy in the photos for
Not
the
even that
recipes.
though. You can buy angel food cake at the store already made, and all you have to do
Yeah.
is just cut it up and serve it with strawberries and whipped cream.
Yeah, that's what my mom does sometimes when we do the little parfaits. Is we do that. So it's basically a strawberry shortcake, except it's not like in cake format. It's just in a cup, and it's portion control, which is awful.
I do
Um,
like strawberry ice cream cake though. I don't know if that's like, I like strawberry flavored things. I think mostly strawberry ice cream. I don't like any other fruit flavored ice creams. I think strawberry is the best. Like, have you ever
yeah,
had banana ice cream?
and no, I don't think I would ever want to. It sounds like one of those things that my brother would try to get me to taste, and I would be like, "No, I hate fruit," and now I would still be like, "No, I hate fruit."
Well, it's not like it sucks. Like, it's fine. I just,
It's
if unless
bananas.
that's the only dessert on the menu, I'm never getting that, you know?
Yeah. The same with, I don't know if this is controversial, but banana splits are not that good. They just look kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got the Neapolitan, but like, I don't know. I think instead of a banana split, I'd rather have a brownie sundae.
Yeah. Well, instead of the banana split, I would rather just have the like vanilla ice cream with the like. If you got rid of the banana, it would just be a sundae. I don't know why. I don't know why we had to add a banana to the mix. How does that make
You know?
everything interesting?
Well, here's a question for you. What's your
Because they got
favorite
the
fruit?
special dishes. My favorite fruit.
Hmm.
What do you think it is? The
Do you
only
really
thing that
like
I've gotten
blueberries
per
that much?
Olivia, one of the other reasons, other than blueberry, that I got this tattoo of a blueberry is because when I was in New Jersey with my mom when I was like 5, one of my only memories that I can remember is going to the blueberry festival, and they had like whole containers of like blueberries. There were big containers of blueberries, and I ate an entire one myself, and I asked for another one, and my mom was like, "You can't have more," and I was like, "I want more," and she bought one, and I would eat a little bit more, but then I think after that I like threw up because I ate too much. But
I just love a
I
lot of.
still, I still like ate a lot of blueberries, and I also got like face paint of a blueberry on my face. I
That
was
is
very
so
cute that
funny.
day.
How come I've
I
never known
smelled like
about this?
blueberries
I was never
because you
informed
didn't
of
go.
this. I lived in
Well,
the dirt.
yeah, I was like 5 or 6. We weren't great friends. We were like we had known each other for a couple months, I think.
Well, I don't know what my favorite fruit is. Like, I probably like strawberries or like, I, but that's a berry.
Yeah. Well, according to my brother, who knows everything, strawberries technically aren't berries. I don't think blueberries are either, but I'm pretty sure. Like, he thinks that they aren't, but I'm pretty sure that they are because they grow on a bush. But I think so do
Anywho,
strawberries.
uh,
Anyways,
Anywho, I think that I went through a phase of loving bananas. I do like bananas, and like our ancestors like bananas as well. So they do make me feel more connected, definitely. Um, but I don't know, this might be a controversial statement. I love apples.
I
Apples
don't
are
think
great.
it's controversial. If people think that apples aren't good, they haven't tried certain types of apples.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't remember what it's called. I don't think it's Honeycrisp, but there's like a specific type of apple that my mom used to buy like every time that she went to Costco, and I would eat the hell out of them because they were so sweet. They were so delicious. It was like the only fruit that like growing up I willingly ate because I was like that is so good. Apples
I
are good.
They are
Do I
good.
ever reach for them? No, but they're good.
I I think we out of all the fruits, we most avidly have apples in our house. Like we pretty much always have apples in our house. And I mean, they're good for a lot of things. Like you can cut them up and take them with you and just snack on them, which is like what I do a lot of the time. And you can dip them in stuff. Like I don't know if you've tried this. Sunflower butter and apples is a great mixture. And I crave it at really random times. Like that's a really good mixture. If you've ever tried the Biscoff spread, it's really good with that. Also, apples are very good with cheese. Any kinds
Yeah.
of cheese. Like okay, brie and Granny
I
Smith
love a
apples.
yeah. I love a white cheddar with my apples sometimes.
Mm. But you see
It's
what I
just
mean?
nice.
It's like
Yeah.
apples are super like versatile, and they got like a good texture. Like they got a good crunch. They're
Yeah.
juicy. They're good.
Juicy couture.
I think the orange
Anyways,
is probably the best. I like
yeah.
oranges.
On a similar note, but getting a little off topic, once I don't know if I ever told you this, but once my sister invited like her family over to her house. I don't remember. I think it was like one of the kids' birthdays. Um, and she told me, like in the kitchen, she debriefed me. She was like, I'm gonna put out caramel apples. And then I was like, oh, cool. And she was like, don't eat yours. And I was like, why? And then she was like, they're onions. And I was like, "You're evil, but okay." And I didn't tell anyone. She actually told my cousin Isabella too. So we were like, they were like, "Okay, all of you bite into it on 3, 2, 1," and everybody but me and Isabella bit into them, including her kids. Her kids didn't know. Um, so like the adults are going like, "Oh, come on," and then her kids are like, "Mom, why did you do this?" And I'm just sitting here like, I wish she had made real ones. I was
Wait,
excited.
she didn't?
No,
Isn't the
she
whole
didn't.
point of
She
that
just,
prank to be like, just kidding, here's the real ones?
I mean, I guess. But I guess that she just didn't want to
Hmm.
buy caramel apples. To be fair, I don't think I've ever seen anybody like completely eat a whole one in like one
I
sitting.
probably
It's a
have.
big thing.
I probably did
Well,
when I
yeah.
was younger. Because, like, my eyes are bigger than my stomach with those.
Yeah.
Like, they
Well,
look
I
so
think
good.
because
But,
there were like a lot of kids there too, I think. So
you know.
they're not going to finish them. Um,
They're at
I think
Disneyland.
she had like cupcakes or something for him.
They, and a couple of, like, they got, like, candy shops all over the place in Disneyland. And they have, like custom made caramel apples and they got like little Mickey Mouse ones, like where they put little Rice Krispies on top to make the ears. And I
Oh yeah,
have
I've seen
had those
those.
before. They are incredibly difficult to eat. Um, like I like bit into it and I only got the chocolate. Like that was it. Like it's
Eh,
caramel and then chocolate on top of it. So it's really good, but like it's really difficult.
yeah.
And your teeth kind of hurt
Well,
after.
it sounds good still. Um, so I don't know if we've addressed the elephant in the room yet, but I think we need to talk about our cheesecake factory endeavors and talk about cheesecake a little.
best cheesecake at Cheesecake Factory is the pineapple upside down cheesecake. That is the best. I don't make the
See, I
rules. I don't like to play. I hate the game.
see, I've never had that one. But that's because whenever I go to Cheesecake Factory, I get so overwhelmed by all the choices, and I end up just getting something chocolate based because I'm like, I know that I'm gonna like it, you know.
Yeah.
So I usually get like whatever Oreo one they have. So
Oh,
um,
that's a good choice too.
yeah, but something I know that you like. So you like cheesecake, yes?
Indeed.
You like cookies and cream.
Indeed.
Let me introduce you to Ben and Jerry's flavor cookies and cream cheesecake. It's a cheesecake center and it's got cookies and cream and then it's also got like cheesecake bites throughout it. It is so good. It is so good. I would be able to eat 15 pints if you gave them all to me right now. I would be able to eat all of them. Would I throw up afterwards? Probably, but I would still eat all of them.
Um, you want to know something
It's
weird?
delicious. What?
I can't remember the last time I've had Ben and Jerry's. I seriously like. I don't really. We never get Ben and Jerry's, and I think it's because like it's kind of like it's more expensive than the average ice cream, especially for its size. And so we always usually get the cheaper brand. I just don't remember the last time I had it.
Well, the thing I know about Ben and Jerry's was um, that they have like a lot of flavors that like they have peanut butter flavors obviously, and they have like peanuts in some of them, but some of the ice creams that they make that don't have peanuts in them still cause reactions from people. So I know that it's one of those pick your own battles kind of ice creams for people with allergies because
You know
I
what?
mean, it's made in the same factory. So,
I think you're right. I think that's another reason we haven't had them is because I might have tried it and like had a reaction. Because I that happens to me sometimes where it'll be like it will say nothing, but I'm still having a reaction. I'm like, why am I
yeah.
crazy? No, it's just in the same factory, and they probably scoop ice cream with the same scoopers. But yeah, I've avoided Ben and Jerry's for a little bit. It's not really like I don't have anything against them. The
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon flavor bugs me a little because I don't like to see his stupid face on their ice cream.
I've
But
actually had that flavor before. It's not worth the hype, A. And B, it's got peanut butter in it, so it automatically loses points for me because I don't like peanut butter in my ice cream. It's a maybe controversial, but and you don't like it either because you would have you would go into anaphylactic shock.
well, I think that nuts and ice cream just isn't the right move anyway. You know,
Yeah.
like Rocky Road is just not. It could be better without the nuts. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. Like
But that,
marshmallows and ice cream, why has no other flavor done that?
yeah.
It's the only reason I liked it as a kid, but then I would like eat around the nuts because I didn't want the nuts.
But that also leads me to uh, the only food that I would prefer with nuts almost all the time is banana nut bread. I would almost always prefer walnuts in my banana bread. I I will eat it without nuts because it's good, but it tastes so much better with walnuts, and I don't know why. I
See,
like
it's
walnuts.
funny that you said that because my mom actually made banana bread like a couple days ago. I woke up this morning, it's gone, which I was very sad. But it didn't have any nuts in it, and I think that's because she wanted me to eat some. And I ate it, and it was delicious. Um, but it's interesting that you like it with nuts. I
I
don't like
know.
anything with nuts.
I know. It's like usually I would not. I don't like sweets with nuts. Like they just don't go hand in hand for me. Um, but I do like pistachio ice cream, but that's a different thing. Um, but I don't know what it is. I refuse to eat. like I don't refuse, but like I would prefer to have my banana bread with walnuts in it. I don't know why. Also, I feel like we've completely glossed over a very popular dessert topic. Um, Fudge.
Oh yeah, fudge. See, fudge is like it's a seasonal thing in my household. We only really make it for Christmas. And we make a couple different kinds. Some of it has toffee in it. Some of it has peanut butter on it, and then some of it is just chocolate.
See the
The
just
toffee one is great.
Yeah, chocolate fudge is like probably like one of the things I dream about. Specifically, chocolate fudge with marshmallows
Mm,
to die
yeah.
for. And if they're feeling a little spicy, sometimes they throw in graham crackers in there.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
There's
Delicious.
like where my grandparents live. There's like a little shop up there, and it's called and they got like a little fudge store, and so every time I go to visit them I look forward to going to the fudge store. It's very good.
Yeah.
But that's
Um,
also like the distant cousin that you don't make contact with much, you know? It's like you don't really think about fudge much until you think about it, you know?
yeah. It's not like a. It's not an everyday kind of like craving.
It's not a
I don't think I've
staple.
ever really. I've never really craved fudge. It's good. I would once I eat it, I will keep eating it, but I've never really craved it just on like an off chance.
Well, and then since we were on the topic of seasonal desserts, uh, one of the best seasonal desserts I think is peppermint bark.
Oh yeah, I love me some peppermint bark.
I
It
will.
makes me feel healthier than eating normal bark.
I well, I feel like tree bark would have fiber in it at least.
Oh no, I meant like actual like chocolate bark, but yeah,
Um,
because peppermint bark like it doesn't taste like chocolate right off the bat. So you're like this is healthy for me. This is good for me.
all right, I think to wrap up the episode, we should both name our top dessert.
Um my top dessert. I don't know. Like would it be boring if I just said ice cream?
No, completely valid.
I love I love me some ice cream. Ice cream is very good.
Yeah, just like what kind do you know, or just like in general?
Um I think that I do think that the cookies and cream cheesecake flavor is really good. Their half baked is like everybody's favorite, which I understand why it's a really good flavor. But like if I'm at like a restaurant or something and they have like cookie dough or cookies and cream ice cream, I'll order that. But also if I'm at like a fancy restaurant, sometimes I'm like I'll have tiramisu because it's
Mm,
fancy, but tiramisu is kind of like weird. It's not really
yeah,
it's not for everybody and it's not
a
an
little soggy.
everyday dessert.
A little soggy.
Yeah. Well, I never eat it with like the espresso it comes with. I always drink the espresso and then eat the cake.
Hmm.
They're always like you have to pour it over the cake and it's like no I don't. Don't tell me how to live my life. I'm Italian. I know what I will have to do in life and this is not one of those things.
So you think that your favorite is just ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite? What's better than ice cream?
um, I mean probably just my favorite is probably just like my favorite cake of all time. It's not my favorite dessert, but it's my favorite cake, and it's pineapple upside down cake, and that's why I brought it up with cheesecake. Um, but my favorite dessert, probably the that would probably be the runner up, is the pineapple upside down cake, and the winner would probably be chocolate mousse. I love chocolate mousse. I've had so
Yeah.
much over the years. I love it. Could never go wrong. It's gonna be
You
good
know what
anyway.
I
It's just not gonna be
you know what I
Friendster.
just realized? I realized that for the intro, I said that desserts are versatile and they come sweet and savory, sour, tangy, and we've only talked about sweet desserts.
Well, what savory
We're
desserts
sweet people.
are there? Pepperoni ice cream?
You think that pepperoni is savory? Well, like some people have like a I don't know, maybe like
Salted
apples and
caramel.
cheese. Apples and cheese, that's a savory one.
That's not a dessert. That's
But
a
some people eat it
charcuterie
as
board.
dessert.
Who eats it as dessert? I eat that as the warm up.
A charcuterie board would be apples, cheese, and grapes, Olivia. You gotta have at least 3 things on it.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Pasta Podcast, Pasta Fam. We hope you eat some good pasta. We love you. We hope to see you soon. Good night, pasta lovers.
Stay hungry.